Hey guys, Chris here, and you're watching my new series Why Is. Today we're going to be covering why is Zul such a good laner, and also going to talk a little bit about the topic of rotations in Heroes of the Storm. So, I'm going to unpost it right here. For your information, I'm playing a custom game against Thrall. This will help me show you why Zul is such a good laner, and also why rotations are so important in this game. So on level 1 we're going to go Shade. Shade is the upgrade for Bone Armor. Bone Armor will give you a shield equal to 25% of your life, but with Shade you also evade all basic attacks. This is really good for escaping. This should not be used offensively for most of the part with the Zul, but it should be used for running away. Why are you running away? That happens with the rotations. We're going to talk about them right now. First off, just in case you haven't seen Zul at all, Zul has Speckled Scythe, which is a spell that will shoot his scythe out and then comes back, and when it comes back it does damage. Then you have Cursed Strikes, which is the main ability why he's so strong at laning. It's a huge area effect spell that clears out a lot of minions very quickly. And then you have Bone Prism that will root any enemy heroes. So, as you can see, this is really quick. And what I'm doing now is what we're talking about in the terms of rotation. After I cleared mid, I'm going to rotate down here, where the word rotation comes from, and I'm going to clear this minion wave. Why is this important? Very easy. So in general, not all heroes in this game are very good at clearing waves. So what happens quite a bit is that you are basically in a lane where somebody doesn't have the damage to clear the wave, and then it takes them ages, and they're more susceptible for ganks because they still want to give that or get that XP, and they're also more vulnerable to damage from the minions because maybe they play against the Sylvanas or against the Zagara. So while they have cleared the enemy minions already, you have to fight them off. So as you can see, I'm playing against Thrall again. He's only doing one wave of minions because he's only staying top. It's not rotating, and I'm already half a level up. So Zul does this very good because he has his spells, but also because he spawns these skeletons with his trait. So Raise Skeleton is his trait, which allows you to raise a minion out of an enemy minion once this dies. You don't have to do damage for it. So if I'm just stop here, as you can see, another skeleton has spawned. So I don't have to even spend mana on this, and I also don't have to be actually doing or contributing any to this. This makes Zul so strong because the minions that I spawn not only help fight the enemy minions, so they do damage, but they also, and as you can see this here in the towers, they also soak ammunition from the buildings. So this is why Zul is so good at rotating. He basically has a safe spot, or a get out of jail free card, is a better term, with his Bone Armor. First of all, you have a shield that protects you from any damage anyway, and then you will also avoid auto attacks. So if you're doing this and you're getting ganked or somebody is rotating down to you, you can normally get away with it. With Bone Prison you can also just basically any attacker that you're getting or anybody who's doing a lot of damage to you, you can just root them. So if an Illidan comes down to rotate against you, you can root them and then get away. So level 4 is Trakul's Essence, which give you mana. Now I'm not doing the full rotations properly, and I'm also not fighting anybody, so I don't have really any mana problems. But now as you can see, with this, I'm already full mana again. And this is the power of the Bone Prism, but also with the minions. So Thrall walked into us, getting damage from the skeletons and from the minion. This is what makes Zul dangerous against anybody, because if you rotate against him and he has taken out the enemy minion wave, he actually has basically allies around him that will help do damage against you. So Thrall just looked a little bit stupid there, but obviously the AI is not the most challenging opponent. Okay, so we talked about Zul and why he's so strong rotating. What does rotating actually give you though? The thing is that not every hero is good, as we said, with minions. So basically this can take another hero a good 10 seconds or maybe even 15 seconds before he can actually clear all the minion waves. This means that if they're on the lane in the bottom, for example, they will have to wait for a long time to get their minion wave cleared, and they might have, again, any issues being ganked. When you rotate down or up or whatever, you help them and you create a power play. So rotating allows you to basically create situations where the enemy is a hero less, or maybe you balance out the heroes in some situations. For example, on Dragonshire, everybody knows the fights for the shrines are like endless. So you just sit there on the shrine, you fight against other heroes, you might lose some XP, and in the end, you don't get anything out of it. So with the rotation that you're doing with Zul, you basically not only give help in the XP, but you also help with rotations in terms of creating situations where you can help out shrine control. You can help out taking a temple, for example, on Sky Temple. You can just do basically everything that another hero will bring to your team. So why should you not just stay here? I can just like be in this lane and now nothing is here and I can just push this lane, right? Why should I not just push it? Why should I not just like attack the building? So attacking buildings does come with risks. Basically, first of all, you are on the risk to get dived or ganked, and you are taking damage from towers and buildings. Obviously now the ammunition here is depleted, but in a realistic environment, somebody will be defending it. So rotating will prevent you from being ganked in general, because you're always on the move. It makes you less predictable. It also ensures that the XP is always soaked. So now you can see we have 3 levels up. So if you have a hero rotating, or maybe even more heroes, like a couple of heroes rotating, you clear the waves in seconds, and then can protect somebody else who's solo. You can attack somebody, you can go for an objective, you can do a merc camp until the next wave spawns. So this is why rotating is important. And Zul just enables you doing this a lot. Let's go over the last talent before level 10, because that's the second important talent that you will take with Zul, which will make you a powerhouse in general. On level 7, you will take Rathma's Blessing, which basically just heals you. So I'm going to show you how strong this is. Basically, this will help you after a team fight, after you lost some life, to come back to your zoning abilities. You basically will be healing a good amount on a full creep wave or minion wave. This is the second thing that makes Zul so strong. First of all, he clears minions super quickly, but then also what he does is just sustain his push. Like other heroes might have to go back. Recently Zagara got a little nerf. She doesn't regenerate anymore on creep. So this was a full minion wave and a glow, and I'm full again. 7 minutes 30 in, I'm not the only guy in here, and it's level 10 already. So this is why Zul is so strong. Basically you will never run out of mana from level 4 on. You should normally not need to go to a well or back if you're Zul from level 7 on. So you're very strong very early. The good thing is that you also don't fall off. The rotations, you can do them throughout the game. There's no reason for you to not rotate anymore. The only point where you probably shouldn't be rotating anymore is after level 20. Because there, if you get picked off, it can just mean that you will be offering them a keep or even the end of the game. Because if you're dying and the team is 4 versus 5, it's a bad decision. One last thing about Zul being able to escape. General, this is very true because again, bone armor gives you a shield and you evade all basic attacks. That being said, you should still be very careful about or mindful about your rotations. So if I just cleared this wave, never rotate like this. Don't go up here. This is the best spot to being ganked. So if you haven't seen your enemies for a while, if you don't see any enemies on the minimap, never go into a bush. I mean, that's a general thing. Never go into bush or a vent. Because if they're waiting here, there's no way for you to escape. Well, let's say there's a very small window of opportunity. Also, if the wave is already pushed in, try to avoid using this path to rotate up. You can do it again if you can see all the enemies on the minimap. So minimap is very important for your rotations. But if you don't see the enemies, don't rotate on this side. Even if you push this far, rotate back and rotate up if you don't have the vision. Obviously, if you see all the enemies, or if you actually plan to gank somebody, use the shortest possible so that your teammates will have your support early. Okay, that's pretty much it for Zul. I will also put the rest of the talents in the description below, so if you want to see my Zul build in its full glory, you can look at that. That being said, the talents that come after 4 and 7 are not that much for pushing. On level 10 you have both heroics that are viable. I like Poison Nova a lot more because it's just damage, while Skeleton Mages is damage, but it's less. And I also like blocking enemy heroes. It oftentimes works, sometimes it doesn't, and then it's a little awkward. Poison Nova, it looks easy to avoid when you're watching a video, but actually it's not very easy to avoid. Also, it's super strong against healers like Uther, because he can't deal with that much AoE damage, so it's really good. It's also a very good follow-up to Mosh Pit, Void Prism, Ring of Frost, whatever you have, so it combos very well with something else. Level 13, Corpse Explosion is something that you can go for, which enhances your push, but in general you probably don't want to do this because it's a very little push in regards of your already existing pushing power, because you're normally always there for a minion wave. So this will just enhance the push, but I'm iffy about it. I like Giant's Curse much more. It basically does more damage to heroes. So this is very good because you're a melee hero, so you will have to deal with tanks, you will have to deal with bruises, with other melee assassins. So hitting them and dealing additional damage is very good. On level 16, you go for Amplify Damage, which is a very, very good talent, and actually is pretty counterintuitive for Zul, because while you do want to rotate, obviously there are map objectives that you want to go to. So when you are on the map objective, Bone Prism can be something that is very good for random teams where you don't have communication, because singling out a target that your team has to go on is very good. It's very easy. Bone Prism has a huge announcement, has a sound effect I can show you on Thrall. People will know that the enemy will receive the damage. Here you go. Sound effect, and then he's rooted, and he has rooted above his head. So it's a lot of information for your enemies. For your allies, so they know that there's an enemy that they can easily attack. So this is really good, because spread damage is obviously something that we all struggle with without proper communication. Amplify Damage just gives does make the Bone Prism does the enemy that is in the Bone Prism take more damage. So it's just a more win situation. You just do more damage, kill him faster. You should obviously use Bone Prism mostly on targets like their bruiser or their melee heroes. Rarely on tanks you can use it, but it's not the best. That being said, with Amplify Damage, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do it on tanks as well, because you will do a lot of damage. On 20, you will normally take Bone Spear in a non-competitive environment, meaning an environment where you don't have communication. Mortal Wound is very good though. For example, if you have a Rega against you, this will ensure that enemies won't heal as much. So, for example, if you hit a Scythe while an Ancestral is coming in, it will not be doing anything, basically. It's really, really good. But again, from 10 on, it's not much about the pushing power of Zul, which this video is about. So I'm not going to go into detail with this. Okay, I will do another video on rotations in a little while, I hope, where I will show actually gameplay in a real game and why rotations work so well. But for now, this is why Zul is so good at pushing, and why he should be one of your priority picks for maps like Inferno Shrines. Yes, that's correct. Inferno Shrines, Tomb of the Spider Queen, and possibly also Towers of Doom. He's again pretty weak on Battlefield of Eternity, and I would also say that Garden of Terror, he's probably not the strongest pick that you can do. Okay, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. I will answer them gladly. Just put them in the comments. You will also find the talent build I did and I normally do for Zul in the description. And if you liked what you've seen here, just feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I'm going to see you hopefully soon.